Hi everybody, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' show and tell for you today. Does this card look familiar? Well, it should, because I did it a few months back, but I used different papers then. So today we're going to do it with a Christmas flair. Now, I did receive this card as a demo swap, which I shared. So this is the one I received before. She used the Under the Mistletoe DSP and put it on a real red card and made it really nice. So we're going to basically do the same thing, only this time, instead of using 4 different pieces of DSP, we're going to make it all out of the same sheet, so we have some continuity. Now you can do it this way, where you've got all the tree ornaments, or you can do it this way on the reverse side and you've got red on red. So this is not my original idea. Obviously I got it as a swap. Obviously we've done it before. Now I got my instructions from Patsy Wagner on her blog, and so that's how I knew how to cut my papers, and I will put it on the tutorial that I have following next Tuesday on the Show and Tell News, so you can get all the instructions of how to cut your paper there, okay? So let's go ahead and make this card today. Now, I am doing this card as part of my holiday card collection for my stampers who come and stamp with me. And so this is kind of going to be a tutorial for them, so that if they go home and then they want to make more of these cards, they've got a step-by-step tutorial. But then also for all of you who might keep saying, I want to try that fancy fold card, but you haven't done it yet, well, here's another chance. So we're going to start by folding our cardstock in half. So obviously I have a real red card base, standard size. Now I am going to line mine with a sheet of Whisper White so that when you write your message or stamp your sentiment in there, you will be able to see it easily. So that's a super easy step right there. Now, to make the card front, we're going to need 4 pieces of the DSP, like I said. So let's see. Now, you could cut it out of piece, right? One piece that would go together like this. I had a piece of scrap that I used to prep for today, so mine was a long piece. So mine, see these two line up, and I would think, oh, see this probably lines up here. So see, that's how I got my piece today, and I cut mine. But if you did it where you had a piece where it was like this, right, then you'd have a solid image and you're just peeling the corners back. So, okay, so that's how I'm going to put them on my card today. Now the flip side of this is the red pattern, like I did here, so you could make it either way, or you could alternate if you wanted to. Okay, so here is the trick to the card. Have this little template. Now this is a 1/2 inch by 2 5/8, which just happens to be the length of that piece there. So what we do is we take the piece and we put our strip down, okay, and then we're going to take this corner and we're going to fold it back to that piece and make our crease. Okay, so there's one. Okay, now this one I want to do on the bottom. So I put my piece here, and then I fold what will be my center corner back. Okay, there's those two. This one, I'm going to put it on the bottom again, and I'm going to fold it back. It takes a little bit of patience to work the paper and hold the mat, but easy enough. Okay, and then the last one will be on the top, and just to make it easier for me to work on it, I'm going to turn it this way. So there's my guide. I'm going to peel this one back to there and crease. Okay, so there's my 4 pieces that have been creased now, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and put those on our card. So I'm going to flip them over right where they're going to go, and I'm going to put snail. I'm going to put some down the edge and some across the diagonal. Okay, so you put as much on there as you feel comfortable that you need. Alright, so this is going to go in my bottom corner. So I'm going to start right there. Now, the closer to the edge of your card you get, the more of a gap you'll get in between, or if you're farther in, they'll be closer together. So that kind of depends on how you put the first one down. You want to try to keep your gaps about the same. So we're going to put on our 4 squares. Move this one up a little bit. Make sure my tops are even. Okay, so there's that. Now, you can put dimensionals behind here. Okay, this one I put dimensionals behind and it pops it up a little. This one I didn't put dimensionals behind, I just nailed it straight down. So, depending on how thick you want your card to be, you can do it either way. So, but what I do recommend is that you put the adhesive on the flap and not out here, because you might put it in the wrong place and then you've got a sticky spot. So I'm going to fold those back just like that. Alright, so now you all know my favorite set this winter is this Timeless Tidings. I use it again and again and again and again. I'm going to use it one more time. So I'm using my Real Red ink and my stamp from the set. I'm going to stamp it on my Whisper White. And then I'm using my 2-inch punch, and I'm going to free that by punching it out. Okay, now I've already used my 2 1/4-inch punch and freed out one of Garden Green. That's going to back it. So I'm just going to put that on there, and then this I am going to put on dimensionals just to give it a little bit of pop and lift on the front of my card. And that goes right in the center. Okay. Now, bunny ear bow. Here we go. Nice and simple. Let me see if I open this up, maybe it'll be easier to see it on the contrast of the red. So I take my ribbon, I find the middle. Then I pull out and I make 2 loops. Okay. Crisscross the loops and pull one through, just like tying a shoe. Then you can pull on your tails and pull on your ears until you've got a bow the size you want it. Okay, you can make them evenish. Then I'll pull my 2 tails down. Okay, pull them together. And I'm going to snip the ends so they're the same length, just like that. And there's my bow, the bunny ear bow. Okay, so just going to put that on a glue dot, peel it off. So now my glue dot's a little bit thicker than my knot, so I'm just going to pinch it behind where the knot is on that. And that's going to go right here to embellish. And we are good to go. So there you go, our fancy fold holiday card. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope it made sense watching me do the whole card start to finish, and I hope you give it a try. So, until next time, I always appreciate thumbs up, comments below. Don't forget to check out the Show and Tell news on Tuesday. You can subscribe below as well with all the links to the tutorials. And if you need any help with your holiday shopping, let's get those orders in before it's too late to get stuff before Christmas. Great. So, happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy making your holiday cards, and I'll see you again soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.